Do you remember 2014? 2014 was an historic year in British politics. It was the year that a small party won a national election for the first time in our history. UKIP won the European elections, returning a record number of MEPs to Brussels. I think now, more than ever, it's important to remember how this remarkable feat was achieved. I was honoured to play a part in that campaign, and I remember well how we campaigned. We ran street stalls, delivered thousands of leaflets, took part in bus tours and engaged with the public in an open, honest and cheerful way that nobody had ever seen before. Importantly, we had a positive message of hope. We offered the British people a chance to change the direction of travel in our country. We offered them real democratic change and the hope that their voices would no longer be ignored by the out-of-touch establishment. We spoke about returning free speech to our national discourse. We spoke about controlling the flow of immigration. We spoke about the positive aspects of British values and their preservation. We spoke about a bright economic future, free from being shackled to the corpse of the EU economy. Our positive, bright and optimistic approach struck a chord with the people. And despite the best efforts of the mainstream media and the political establishment to smear us as being full of hate for minorities and backward-looking, we won a historic victory. Now, coming towards the end of 2017, the British political scene seems to have reverted back to the old two-party system, with a hesitant Conservative Party controlled by the needs of big business, and the old guard men in grey suits just clinging to power against a resurgent Marxist threat from the Labour Party. We've been endlessly looking at ourselves and our message to try to recover that lost momentum. There have been efforts to try and drive the party towards authoritarian extremism, which mercifully have failed. However, those same extremists are now trying to lure party members away to be part of a new movement which seems to be entirely focused on the issues to do with Islamic extremism that we face in our country. Only a blind man would say that there's not an issue to be dealt with in terms of extremist Islam. Undoubtedly, there is a strong movement within that faith group who are intent on challenging our way of life and challenging our liberal, freedom-loving ways. A minority of the people with this view have resorted to violence in an effort to force changes within the Western world. This situation has been referred to as a clash of civilizations. I prefer to refer to it as a battle between civilization and barbarism. We must win the battle to preserve our Western values, and the many issues we face have been highlighted extremely effectively in recent months. However, what has not been so effectively highlighted is how we deal with this issue. Some believe that countering extremism with extremist countermeasures and policies is the way forward. But to those people I ask the question, what is your end game and desired result? I've heard it said that mosques should be bulldozed, all halal food banned, and many other measures taken which effectively outlaw a whole religion. To those people I say, what do you do with the people who refuse to accept these measures? Imprisonment? Deportation? Throughout history, states have learnt it is impossible to ban a faith or an idea. I'll give you the examples of the Roman Empire and the Soviet Union as but two such failures. Surely the real answer is to sing loud and clear the advantages of our British way of life and to stand firm with strong measures against those who seek to destroy it. I applaud the recent statement by Henry Bolton that jihadis returning to the UK should stand trial for their crimes. The firm and determined enforcement of British law with no exceptions makes treating us all as equal before the eyes of the law the only practical solution. It's also a historic British value. We must eradicate political correctness from our society. No special exceptions should be made for any particular group of people. All should be equal in the eyes of the law. Only by removing political correctness from our nation can we seriously and effectively challenge all of the problems we face. My recent experience at Sussex University, where I was classed as a medium to high-risk visitor, and a demand was made to censor my speech shows just how far the illness of political correctness has spread. What kind of nation do we live in when a twice elected representative of the people is subject to censorship by the state or its willing acolytes? Our party still has a mission. Our mission should be to remind people of the changes that can be made in a post-Brexit Britain to make our nation more free, happy and prosperous. The first part of our mission should be to challenge political correctness and state control wherever we find it. We can be a movement for change, but we must rediscover our positive and cheerful approach. Embracing hate and becoming the mirror image of those we seek to defeat is not the answer, and it is certainly not the British way. Hope and freedom are the most powerful weapons at our disposal. Let's remember how to use them. I hope the thoughts in this video have provoked some interest. If you would like me to visit your local branch or university campus, please contact me. I'll be only too happy to oblige. Thank you for watching.